G'day, it's Austin, and over the past 4 years, I've made over $13.5 million with e-commerce. And in this video, I want to share some of the things that I've learned and the things that you should look out for if you're just getting started with e-commerce. This is just a raw relay of information from what I've discovered, the mistakes that I've made, the things I've wasted money on, and the things I wish I did differently if I was starting from scratch. Now let's jump straight into it. The first thing is I wish I didn't get attached emotionally to the products that I was selling. Early on, I got so invested in certain products and thinking because I love them that they would work so well when I started dropshipping them. There was one particular brand, for example, called Keys. Now I spelled Keys fancy because it was a bit edgy like that. Called it Keis. And what Keys was, it was a leather key organizer. Now, there's this brand called Orbit Key that I saw in Australia selling these leather key organizers. And they're pretty damn expensive. And I thought, well, okay, are they on AliExpress? And I found them and they're like 30 cents a pop. Oh, they're very cheap, very cheap. And I thought, okay, I can sell this, undercut Orbit Key, and just do some different UGC style marketing and it'll work. And so I sunk like $900. At the time, so much money for me, $900 of profit that I was making from being a videographer. I spent that on getting a custom website developed from a Shopify developer. Money that I shouldn't have been spending on that. I just should have used a free Shopify theme and customized it myself. But I said, you know what? This product, I just have such a good feeling about it. I use it myself. I love it. This is going to work. And so I spent $900 on that. I then invested in making a bunch of professional style content myself with models and expensive Airbnbs and videographers and photographers. And I used them to create content as well. Overall, that was like, what was it? I did tie it in with other shoots I was doing at the time for agency clients, but still, if it was just for that content, it's probably, $500-$600 alone. So already up to $1,500, and I haven't even validated that the product can get any sales yet. And the next thing I did was spend, when I launched ads, I kept spending, hoping things would get better. Now I launched it, didn't get sales straight away. I was like, okay, no, it's okay. I'll test something different. I will spend a bit more on ads. I just got to stick with it. I want to make sure I give this the chance it deserves. What I ended up spending was like $2,000 to $2,500 all up on this store, and it absolutely tanked. No sales. And the reason that I stuck with it so long is I got too emotionally invested in the product that I was selling. Now I've coached over 25,000 people on how to start their own e-commerce business, alongside obviously making all this money with e-commerce myself and going through these trials and tribulations on my own. And I see a lot of people get too emotionally invested in the products that they're selling, thinking that that's going to increase their chances of success. Now with dropshipping, you need to just look at the data. You need to see, does a product meet the winning characteristics? And if it doesn't, you move past it, regardless of how you feel about it, regardless of that. When we're dropshipping and we're using this business model to give financial freedom, which is what I wanted to achieve with it, I didn't want to invent something new. I didn't want to create this household name that was this brand new product that no one had ever seen before. I just viewed dropshipping as a method to achieve financial freedom. And to do that, I only needed 10K a month in profit, or maybe even just below that. And so I needed to find something that was already out there. Look at the data, not get emotionally attached to it, and then sell it based on the data, not based on my feeling towards it. So that's the first big mistake I made. And I'd recommend that when you're doing product research yourself, don't get emotionally invested in the products. Know when to cut your losses. Know when to say this product just didn't work and that's okay. On to the next one. It's going to set you ahead so far from everyone else who just sticks with products way too long, hoping that they'll work. Generally within 1 to 2 days, even 3 days after launching a product, you'll know if it's worth continuing or not. You'll see the early signs, you'll see the sales or the profit, you'll see the results, and you'll know whether it's worth continuing. So don't just keep digging yourself a deeper and deeper hole, spending more and more on a product that just isn't selling, hoping that it'll work because you feel good about it. That's the first thing. The second mistake that I made, that I hope you don't make, is building general or one product stores. Now hear me out on this. There are 3 kinds of dropshipping stores from what I see. There's one product, hybrid, and general. Now, if we go back in the reverse order, general sells multiple different products. Maybe they're related by a theme, but general stores sell everything. And I understand the strategy behind a general store. You want to test lots of products, you want to find winners and then potentially scale those. But what you get with a general store is that it's not really focused on anything. And customers nowadays, maybe general stores pumped ages ago, and I'm sure there's people that are still getting great results with general stores. It's just not how I've made all my money with e-commerce and dropshipping. It wasn't with general stores. I've used them in the past. I've tried to use them to find winning products. And what I find is that by building a general store, you think you're preparing yourself to test lots of different products, but you're actually greatly limiting the chance of any of those products actually working. And I've seen that firsthand. On the other side of the spectrum, there's one product stores. One product stores have the highest chance of success, in my opinion, and from what I've seen. The problem with a one product store though, launching one as a beginner, there is a significant chance that your first product won't work. And if you've built a one product store where everything is so focused on that one product and it doesn't work, you have to go back to the drawing board and start again. You have to buy a new domain, create new branding, build a new store, completely start from scratch. And that can be so disheartening as a beginner. And I've seen that from the tens of thousands of people that I've taught my methods to and guiding them through. I've seen them that if their first product doesn't work, it's a big hit. And it's a lot of motivation that's required to keep going. Because not everyone is blessed and their first product works. Most people aren't. And that's not what happened for me. It took me 13 products before I found one that had real scaling potential. And so if we build a general store, we greatly limit our chance of success because it's not focused enough. If we build a one product store, or on the other side, we've just gone too focused. And if that product doesn't work, we have to completely start from scratch. So what I say is the best thing to do is to build a hybrid store. Now this hybrid store is built around a theme or a niche. An example of this is a brand I built called Pure Water. Now the main product that I started selling was a mineral shower head. Filters out the nasties in the water, improves your skin and hair. And so that was the product that I sold. Now the branding was Pure Water. So all of the products on that store and that brand are about purifying water, making water better for you. And so what this means is that if that shower head product didn't work, that's okay. I now just find another product that I did, a tap filter, a purifying jug. There were many other products that what they do and the main problem that they solve is on making your water better for you, purifying that water. They would all fit really well under the Pure Water umbrella. And so if the first product doesn't work, we can launch another one and not have to start from scratch. So that's the second mistake that I made. Building one product stores and general stores when I should have been building hybrid stores so that if one product doesn't work, I can quickly launch another one and we don't have to start from scratch every single time. And the last big mistake I made, mistake number 3, is that I didn't invest or at least follow someone that knew what they were doing and stuck with their advice consistently. What I mean by that is when I was trialing other business models, I paid for a course or I invested in coaching, or I at least just followed one person on YouTube and just listened to what they had to say and followed their guides. With dropshipping, I didn't do that. I tried different strategies. I tried this YouTube video on that one and this one and that one and all these different strategies. And what I ended up doing was getting very distracted and so many mixed opinions on what I should be doing and mixed strategies. And as soon as I started focusing just on keeping it consistent and listening to one set of advice, I started getting results much more quickly. And so if you're listening to all these different people that are making money with e-commerce, I would recommend just picking one. Sticking with their advice for advertising and marketing, sticking with their advice for building a profitable store and even product selection. When you do that, you're going to make sure that you're following their method from start to finish. Now, if you're looking for a method to follow, here's my pitch in this video. It's free, don't worry. I've created a free 30-day challenge where I show you how to find a product, build a branded and trustworthy hybrid store, and also how to market and sell those products to get your first sale online. And even if you've got sales before with e-commerce, this challenge will show you my method that has allowed me to get those trophies over there and get over 100,000 orders and make over $13 million with e-commerce. And instead of having to opt in or anything like that, I basically just put the full challenge into a YouTube video. It's 6.5 hours long, walks you through everything step by step. So I will link that in this video as well. So go and check that out. And those are the 3 core mistakes that I made on my journey. and that I wish I didn't make, but I've done it, so you don't have to. So you don't have to make the same mistakes. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.